All right, I think we're live. I think we are live in the discussion. Where are we at? Hang on, let's see. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Life at a Car Dealership Live. We got 3 of you on. We got a couple more. Hey, so it's just me today doing the solo show. So it's me and the meters getting it done. I love me some funk on a Tuesday night. Coming in live to talk to you about something that's very important to me. So, hey, little different format to the show tonight, okay? Little different format here. All right, it's just me. Brett's feeling under the weather. We are praying for him that he does not have the COVID. I don't believe that he does, but he's feeling under the weather, so he's not joining us tonight. So it's just me. I'm going to do a little bit of a shorter show here, okay? A little bit shorter show. Let me just get here to where I can see the comments and everything. Thanks to David Decker. Great videos. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Live producer. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you through this. This is something very important to me. Okay. I have 3 foundational elements that kind of underscore my performance as a salesperson. I include myself as a salesperson. I'm a pre-owned sales manager, but I have to deal with customers directly every day. And I have to coach salespeople. And sometimes I have to jump in the trenches and do the things that salespeople do, right? I close a deal almost every day. My goal is I never have to close a deal because my guys are strong, and gals. We don't have any gals in the department right now, but I'd love to. Anyway. So this is, the foundational elements, 3 things, right? The why. Why are we doing what we're doing? The practical and the purposeful, the mission. The how. Okay, these are the methods and mechanics, the words and phrases. How do you get it done? All those little tricks of the trade. Okay, but I want to spend a little bit of time today on the do. This is motivation. How do you get started? How do you spur action forward? I'm going to be taking calls at the end. So if you want to call me, you're going to have to hang on hold for just a second, and I'm going to go through the comments at the end, and we'll talk about any comments. But I'm going to kind of buzz through this because I just want to go through this directly and give it to you straight. The first part of this was in a post from last night, but then there's a follow-up part to that where it really gets into like how to do this, okay? So we call this the do. And for me, it starts with the pride of the salesperson. I coined the phrase, okay? I call it the pride of the salesperson. This is the thing that's preventing you from taking action. And this is how it goes, right? We need to get results. We need to have action. We need to get in front of people every day. I need to be in front of somebody, whether it's on a live video, whether it's on a phone call, whether it's on an email, chat, text, whatever. Nothing's going to happen unless I'm in front of people. So here's the problem. I call it the pride of the salesperson, and it goes like this. Listen, I don't want to be a pest, right? When they're ready, they know where to find me, right? I'm here for them. They'll call me. I don't want to bother them. That sounds okay, right? Hey, boss, I don't want to be a pest. I don't want to bother them. They know where I am. They like me. I'm a good guy. They know where I am, and when they're ready, they'll come to me. And that sounds fine. It seems like it makes sense, but it doesn't work. Now, keep in mind here, the customers are the ones being courted. Even though they act like they don't want follow-up calls, they actually do. So I'm training a new guy one time. We're having this conversation about follow-up, about being a pest. And after talking for a while, I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to help him understand. I'm seeing that my words are not being understood. Okay. So I'm looking for a way to like break through this thing. I reach into my wallet. I got this brand new $20 bill. I pull it out. Nice crispy 20. I said, hey, this is for you. He looks up. I said, the first time a customer cusses you out or hangs up on you for following up, I'm going to buy you lunch. I'm going to put this 20 in my desk. And the first time this happens, you and me, we're buying lunch. Well, I ended up buying lunch for myself the day that he quit, 6 months later. So sales isn't for everyone. We all know that. But the thing that makes it a grind is mostly in your head. You think that every time a customer hangs up on you, they're telling you no. And so you interpret that as rejection, but they're not telling you no. Okay? What they're saying is not now. What they're saying is not yet. But they see that phone call. They see the voicemail. Even if they don't listen to it, they see that it's there. People can They have, voice to text transcription on their voicemail. So even though they're not getting your voicemail, they still might see what you say and they know that you care. When they're talking about their car shopping experience, they tell their friends, this dude just won't quit. He calls me like every other day, just following up like a hound. And they act like they're exasperated, like it's annoying, but secretly, they like the attention. They like being pursued. And they have the right to be pursued as a customer. Have you ever heard a customer, while talking about another dealership, say something like this? It just didn't really seem like they wanted to sell me a car. That same customer might be just as likely to say something like this. Yeah, there were 3 of them trying to jump on me as soon as I drove on their lot. So yeah, there's a healthy medium. How can this customer, the same customer could potentially say it didn't seem like they wanted to sell me a car, or they jumped on me right when I came out. It totally turned me off. So there is a healthy medium. And it's not too much, definitely not too little. And most of us err on the side of, unfortunately, too little. Okay? Now, customers have rights. I believe this. For example, the primary number 1 right in the Bill of Rights of the customers in my book is they have the right to the individual, personalized attention of a professional sales consultant to help guide their decision. That's a right that every customer has, whether it's $2,000, $20,000, $120,000, or $200,000. They have this right. And along with that, they have the right to be pursued. They are the customer. And so they have the right to be chased. They tell us they don't want this, but I'm telling you, don't let yourself believe for 1 second that they expect anything less. It is, after all, part of the service that they're paying for. Okay, so what exactly are you supposed to say? Well, really anything that sounds interesting. There are so many possibilities. It's only annoying if your customer feels like it's pointless. So rather than coming up with excuses for not reaching out, come up with some creative reasons to get it done. Don't justify why you shouldn't call. Okay? This is a big one for me. I always say this. Don't justify, believe. Those 3 things that I always talk about, one of which is that you can sell everyone with the right combination of questions, information, and choices. You only have to actually say something interesting. Now think about this. If they actually pick up the phone. So otherwise, all you're doing is letting them know that you're thinking about them. You're keeping your number at the top of their missed calls. It's easy to find. And when they're ready, they can call you back. So here's how you get it done. You just start. Pull up your list, just dial the phone. No fear, no excuses. Pick it up and dial. All right, so that's the part that maybe you've already read from my post last night, but this is just start. Let's dig into this for a second. Principle number 1, just start. The pride of the salesperson is this is the number 1 thing that prevents action. Now, maybe it's not pride for you. Maybe you got no problem being a pest. Or being perceived as too persistent, okay? Maybe for you it's distraction. Maybe it's laziness. Whatever it is, this is the thing that prevents you from taking action. And you've been there. I know you've been there. You're sitting there in the office. All the urgent matters with your active leads have been handled. You got one eye on the lot. You got one ear on the phone. And you're settling into waiting mode. And while you wait, why not browse a little? Check my bank account, scan the headlines, catch up on my news feed, send a text, send a GIF. Sit there and wait for the laughing face response. Why not? I've done everything I need to do. I'm waiting for the next opportunity. That's part of my job. Or I have the choice to dial the phone, start writing an email, check on that new inventory. You've heard it said before, and this is what I want to build on here, that motion creates emotion. Okay? You've heard Tony Robbins talk about changing your state. Change your state. What does that mean? Well, we often don't do things because we don't feel like it. I don't really feel like going to church a lot. When I wake up on Sunday morning, that's not really the thing that I feel like doing. I feel like sleeping in, waking up, making banana pancakes with the kids, hanging out till 11:30 and then going out for lunch. But I get up, I go, I sing the songs, I listen to the sermon, I get challenged, I get inspired, and on the drive home, I'm thinking to myself, oh, that was really good. I needed to hear that. I'm glad we went. There's another example. You get home, you look at your messy counter, there's dishes everywhere. You think, I'm tired. I've been working all day. I don't feel like doing this right now. But you turn on the water, you pick up the dirtiest plate, you start rinsing, you load the dishwasher, you wipe down the counter, you stand back and you look at your clean kitchen and it feels better. And I'm glad I did that, I think, to myself. So there are other countless examples, right? I don't feel like working out. I don't work out. I work, okay? And sometimes my work is more strenuous than other times. I don't really feel like working out, but people tell me that work out. They tell me that you put your running shoes near the door, or you put them next to the bed, so it's the first thing you see. You put the shoes on and you just get out there. And when you feel back, you feel great. And you think to yourself, I'm glad I did that. So what's the point here? Okay, the point is, this is the unique thing that I want to get across. The point is that feelings don't always create actions, but actions always create feelings. You do it, and then you feel it. And I don't have to prove this to you by citing all kinds of scientific studies. You're a human being, so you know this is true because it's just true. This is part of being human. It's a principle. When you move in a certain way, it changes your state. It changes how you feel. So being aware of this truth is going to help us achieve the results that we desire. So you want to finish the day with a clean desk and tasks completed? Start. One small accomplishment makes you feel good. Now that you're feeling good, you're ready to accomplish another task. Accomplishing that task makes you feel even better, and it's a snowballing effect that has a massive impact on your day. Now, watch out for detours. This happens to me all the time. I have the attention span of a squirrel, and there are detours everywhere in this business, okay? It's going well. I'm getting things done. I'm repricing all my cars. I'm organizing all my trade-ins. I'm approving all the shop work. I'm checking in with my guys and gals. We're talking about what happened yesterday. We're talking about what happened last week. We're talking about what appointments are going on. And then someone stops by and starts chatting. They start distracting you. You stop thinking about how good it feels to get things done, and you start to get sucked into whatever drama is going on with this other person. And 10 minutes later, they're gone, and you are in a different emotional state. So how do you get back to where you were so you can keep rocking your day? What got you there in the first place? It started with a small task. What did you do on the drive into work? What music were you listening to? What did you have to drink? Was it coffee? Was it Red Bull? Okay, so we got to get back to your action mode. How do we do it? We move. Okay, stand up, right? Jump up and down a couple of times. Clap your hands together, okay? Take some deep breaths and sit back down and dial the phone or whatever basic task it was that you got distracted from, okay? Feelings follow actions. Now, this is stupid, right? Because I know some, you're sitting there in the office and you're thinking, I don't feel like doing this. And you just can't quite get it. You can't get it going, right? And I look down the hallway and I see it 2 or 3 offices down. I see them sitting there, right? And it's like this. It's kicked back and just kind of, right? We're zombie mode. Yeah, maybe we're sending messages on Facebook to customers, but if I'm sending messages to Facebook, it's like this, right? I'm doing this. No, this right here, this is zombie mode. You've seen it. I've seen it. Everybody knows what it looks like. Don't pretend you're on Facebook closing deals doing this. Okay? So it's like, hey guys, let's get excited. Right? And I shout a little, right? I clap my hands. I say, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And it feels stupid, right? Because if I'm the only one doing it, it feels bad. Now, these are the same people, mind you, and you're probably one of these people too. You may not get all fired up at work like this, but you're sitting in front of the football game. Well, not recently you're not, but you're sitting in front of the football game or you're at the kids' soccer game and you're hooting and hollering and cheering and pumping your fists and standing up and yelling at the referee. And that action is creating this feeling. Part of what happens in sports is it's tied to actions. That's why it's so exciting, because all the people are standing there together in the stadium. You're kicked back, you're looking at the TV, you're by yourself, right? It's not very energizing perhaps, but you got 2 or 3 other people, and they start clapping, they start moving, they start getting things going. Those actions create the feelings of excitement, okay, and intensity, competition, anger. The actions create the feelings. So remember this, right? Actions first, then feelings follow. Try it with your kids, okay? You feeling too lazy to go play with your kids? Just pick up the ball, throw it 3 or 4 times, and suddenly you feel like doing it, okay? Try it with your wife. I'm not going to get into specifics here, but there's a certain thing that maybe people don't feel like doing all the time. Well, if you just kind of jump into the actions of it, the feelings will follow. I'm talking about dishes, by the way, okay? Try it with your girlfriend. Try it with your parents, friends, whatever relationships. You do it, and then you feel it. And so let's go. Let's get it done. That's it. I got some extra credit, super profound pop culture reference. Anybody who can tell me what this pop culture reference is. First, you take the mallow. Tell me what that's from. All right, so that's it for me. I'm going to review some of the comments here real quick. Got anybody waiting on the phone? Nope. All right, we'll hang up the phone. And how you guys doing tonight, huh? How's it feeling out there? Right? What's up, Garth Wall, Match Peter Barnett, and Ben? How's it going? Olivia Tolosa, woohoo! I am not from New York City. Why is that? What's going on in New York City, Nick? Are they action all the time in New York City? Nobody sits around in the office looking at Facebook? Olivia says, I think a huge issue is that salespeople take it personally when they get rejected. I agree 100%. I could not agree more. And I say this to all the new people, okay? This is the point. When you dial the phone, right, the customer doesn't pick up, they're not telling you no. They're telling you not yet. And that missed call counts for a lot because they see you there on the top of their list. They know you're thinking about them. They're feeling pursued, and they want that as a customer. Now, there was a technician that commented on my post from last night, said, hey, I'm the guy. I'm super analytical. I know what I want. I do all my research, and I just need the salesperson there to facilitate the transaction. I'll tell you, a lot of people think that's the way they are, but they're not. When it comes down to it, they need some guidance to go through the decision-making process. And they need somebody to reframe everything, refocus everything, and ask them for the business so that they can confidently make the decision. Now, this person, I believe that they actually are that customer. But what I'm telling you is that's the 1%. But what we do as salespeople is we run into that one guy who's like, no, seriously, dude, don't call me. Okay? I know what I'm doing. First of all, you're not following up with this guy because he showed up and bought. So there is no follow-up to do with this guy. Okay, but we get that first customer that truly is genuinely angry about the follow-up call. They're the 1%. Ooh, that feels bad, right? I don't want to do it. So I just assume that every customer is like that. And I just start treating them all that way. I find excuses. I find reasons to justify why I'm not calling them rather than reasons to pursue them creatively with a message to follow up. So couldn't agree with you more there. And that's a huge thing. I mean, mentally, if you don't view it as rejection, then mentally you're just doing your job. It's just part of your job. It's the same thing as digging a hole, right? Just one shovelful, then another one, then another one. You don't get worried about how the dirt feels about being dug up. You just dig it. It's the same thing when we're making prospecting calls, you guys. One thing, helps to be a narcissist for sure. It's all about me, for sure. Grazzle veterans have no soul left to hurt any feelings. You know, I feel like the Grizzly veterans, I feel like they also fall into this, but it's not because they're worried about the rejection. They're just okay with what they've got coming in, right? And they're at 12 or they're at 10 or sometimes they're at 8 and sometimes they're up to 20 and they're kind of okay with that. And so they just, I could do all this, and maybe I'll get to 16 this month instead of 12, but it's just too much work. And that's okay, right? If you're that person, that's okay. But, well, that's a whole different topic. We'll talk about that. Nicholas Noah, love it. Thank you. It's that great way to muster up that bit of motivation when you feel like you've run out of tasks but still need to prospect. Right. Didn't really want to hear more about work since I just left it, but point proven because I needed to hear this. Thanks, Nicholas. Appreciate that, bud. The working out every morning at 6 a.m. was a great example. I hate it, but it's amazing when I'm done. Yep, it feels good to get it done. Thanks, Nick, for watching. Time to eat. Yeah, bud. Just got home. Yeah, there's a lot of you guys around the country. They're slaying it. I'm on pace right now. I forecasted 72% of normal business, and I'm on pace right now to hit that. I'm on linear pace. Now, usually we figure we sell 2/3 of the cars in the second half of the month. So by that model, I'm actually ahead of pace. But I'm also on linear pace. Have a great night. Have you seen the Jeep I posted? Yeah, did you post the Gladiator? And Matthew, yeah, I did get the camper. I closed on the camper in the middle of the pandemic. Well, I haven't closed on it yet. We're working it out. They're actually the camper guys. They're like a week out on deliveries. You can't spot deliver a camper apparently. So yeah, they're. Olivia says their store's crushing it in used car sales. So I feel like we're right on the edge. We're right on the edge of that. I can feel it starting to shake loose, right? And I'm like, I got to get my guys pumped up. I got to get them excited about moving. Let's go, right? You imagine how fun it is to go to work. You got 5 people that are all like, let's go, right? Everybody's on the phone. There's action. It's like, hey, I just set an appointment. Yeah, man, let's go. Some people are like, that's annoying, right? But these are the same guys that watch The Wolf of Wall Street. And they're like, that's awesome. They watch Boiler Room and they come away and they're like, if only I could work in a place like that and capture some of that energy. It's like, we can do it, especially now. For us, the doors are closed. The customers can't be inside. Man, we're pumping the music up. We got the fridge stocked with energy drinks. We got peanuts and stuff. We're having a great time. Oh, the pink Jeep. Yeah, I remember seeing something about the pink Jeep. I don't remember specifically what it was, but I do remember seeing a cool pink Jeep. Hey, I think that's going to wrap it up for me, you guys, right? 22 minutes worth. Take this, take it to your teams, take it to your people. Remember, again, this is not something I'm doing to get paid. This is a hobby of mine. It makes me a better person to put this all in one place and to share it. And so hopefully it helps you. And if you can bring it to your teams, remember, all these videos are archived at dealershiplife.org. And because they are family-only conversations, you do have to create a login. It's just a basic username and password. It's free to set up. It doesn't cost any money, and it probably never will. So, yeah, I think that's it. I'm signing off. Love y'all. Have a fantastic evening.